Well, hello there, guys. Welcome back to the channel, and I hope you've been all doing well. I hope you've also been saving your money, because Christmas is right around the corner. Time to brace for all the kids to ask for this and that. Little girls asking for Barbie and Ken dolls. Do little girls actually still want Barbie dolls? You're probably wondering why I'm talking like this. But speaking of Barbie and Ken, it's Libra season, OMG! Yes, here I am again following up on our little series here. So, anyway, you ever have a conversation and feel a production of constant droning in your ears? You know, one of those so-called rational discussions where you just listen rationally and it feels like your head is stuck in the washing machine while it's on spin cycle. Well, if you have, most likely you'd be talking to our favorite hellion belittling bimbo. Yep, you guessed it, Libra. Libra is 7th in line and represented by the scales. Libra is essentially a devil advocating goddess of the plastic surgeons who lives in a house of mirrors where they stare at the constant smirk on their face while reading up on how they can marry themselves. I mean, with all that gravel in their kidneys from the teeth grinding at night from all that fake smiling throughout the day, they'd probably die well before any wedding day from kidney failure anyway. But one would think, as well as myself, that Libra would make a good mate, as they represent the scales in life's continual balancing act, and just so happen to live in the 7th house of partnerships. But Astrology's candy shop sells Libra as a master of harmony, open-minded, diplomatic peacemaker who longs to uncover truth and beauty while searching for the perfect mate. Well, the real truth is that behind that Colgate smile lies a self-involved, can't make up their mind gold digger with the personality of a sheet floating in the wind. Libra, like Taurus, is ruled by our famed hottie goddess, Venus. In Taurus, Venus grants a greedy disposition with a craving for earthly possessions, while in Libra, she grants this incessant need for perfection. And like most perfection-driven people, there's always a place to never be satisfied. I mean, with themselves, or even you. As a cardinal sign, they view anyone who disagrees with them as the ultimate enemy that must be banished from the kingdom. I mean, it's quite serious. They get to the point where they pout when you change the channel or the radio. Their idea of the peace and harmony that lives in our world is to have all agree with their delusional philosophy of the moment, at any moment. But despite what you may think, when you see the scales of Libra, don't be fooled. They are more subjective than judicious. Their warped idea of justice fades their position to compromise, which means they have quite a hard time accepting any argument or idea that is not their own. Despite popular belief, they were born without the justice is blind certificate. So just know when you watch an episode of Judge Judy and you see the blindfolded statue holding the scales in the beginning, it's not referring to Libra. Though we are led to believe they are harmonious, if you do happen to argue with one, be sure to brace yourself for an explosion the likes of Hiroshima. But if you do happen to be right, the wavering Libra will surely agree, well, verbally at least. But silently, they will never forgive you for being right. So the next time they see you and you see them smile, you may want to think twice. But anyway, let's get to it. Let's talk about the men. What is it to love a Libra man? Those who seek or currently love a Libra man will find that he is witty, with much charisma and charm. He's not foreign to dressing quite snazzy, and his personality is sure to have him on any and everyone's guest list. They love him. I mean, in conversation, most will find him to be an idealistic dreamer who touts his position on world peace and the art of fair play. He's quite the gentleman. You will surely be treated to the best of restaurants. No late night run to McDonald's here. He's more prime rib and less dollar menu. And never fret his position, as he will surely prove how adoring it is to be with you in front of all who are in earshot. He loves these attention moments and will surely take the opportunity to even propose in front of all of these jealous fans. But honey boo boo, make sure his eyes are set on you, because before the ring hits your finger, he will magically turn Italian as his Roman eyes set target on his next conquest. Essentially, a Libra man will say, "I do" fervently on Monday and already be madly in love with another suitor by Tuesday. To put it frank, he's an inconsistent, fickle thing who, like a panther, is always on the prowl for his next prey. Forget about Aries and Gemini. With matters of love, Libra is as flaky as they come. He's shallower than the kiddie pool at the local park, and a couple of rounds in the bedroom will have him planning a future with you. And when I say future, I mean until tomorrow morning, where most likely he'll have forgotten your name, all while placing the last of his white strips on his dazzling whites. And perfection, these things are important as they are quite superficial. Beauty over substance is their philosophy. Don't look for harmonious ringing bells to sound here. Libra men don't want a real woman who will trade his daydreaming for real world affairs like house payments and crying children. No, what they want is some plastic Barbie who will cook, clean, and always be up to entertain his countless possession of casual friends. The one thing though is that he's not argumentative. In fact, they will dodge any argument like a ninja in the night, sidestepping the whole way in an attempt to distract you from the original issue. But trust, he will have no issue, none at all, helping you to get your panties in a bunch. I'm sure his brain helped to create that game's categories. I mean, this guy is so indecisive. How indecisive? He's such an indecisive bumbler that he will get easily distracted playing hopscotch with some random guy he met at the corner store while you and the kids wait at home for dinner. Better yet, he'd come home 3 hours late from the grocery store, empty-handed, because he couldn't decide what to get. At worst, he's lord of the nightclubs. I mean, the decade known as the 70s pretty much sums up a Libra man in a shell. Leisure suits, gold chains, pinky rings, the works. But nowadays, you see this Libra guy clad in skinny jeans, wearing his little brother's tank top, strutting an empty dance floor hoping all eyes will be on him. He's quite the double speaker also, validating false truths every chance he gets. He's the poster child of self-obsession, using all of his magnetism to get any and everyone to sway his way. Man Libra is a giver, not a taker. He's team give to the greedy and not the needy. That's right. He expects coaxing of his ego on a regular. I mean, every time he passes, he will expect you to give some sort of response. Hello, he's God's gift. But while you're adoring him, he'll expect you to also help him pick out that shirt that will best showcase his body for a night out with his friends. You, on the other hand, well, you best bite your tongue with the frivolousness of life like bills or leaky toilets. But let me tell you, honey, it's up to you if you're going to allow his good looks and Colgate smile to sway your argument. But what's also up to you is liking and sharing this video. And don't shy away from commenting either. We love it. Anyway, hope you liked the video, and if you're a fan of these raw readings, let us know in the comments below and we will be sure to continue. But be cautious with Mr. Scaly. And no matter what side of the scales you end up on, remember, the stars are always watching.